Hey guys, Augie Johnson, ballerbootcamp.com. Make sure you guys subscribe, new videos every Wednesday. Now in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the spin move. I'm going to be showing you some spin move drills. So watch the whole thing, soak up all the knowledge you can. Let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm going to be breaking down the spin move. I'm going to show you a couple drills you can do to practice it and to really get down the fundamentals. Now, I'm going to break down the technical part in a second, but let's just talk about the spin move. You can use it for different things in the court. Okay, point guards, they use it a lot to bring the ball up and protect the basketball away from the defender when they need to change directions, right? Instead of doing a crossover in front when the defender cuts you off, I can spin, protect the basketball, and keep my body in between the defender and the ball. Another thing you can use it for is to blow by the defense, right? This is a little bit more fancy, a little bit more next level stuff, like going full speed and spinning off somebody in the open court. Or finally, one of my favorite ways to use the spin move is finishing inside. I'll show you a few examples of all the different ones, and I'll break down the actual technical aspect right now. So you want to use this move when the defender cuts you off. If they're not fully committed to cutting you off and making you change directions, then you probably just use it through the legs or a crossover, low crossover of some sort. But when defenders cut you off, it's a good idea to spin away like we just talked about using the pound dribble, okay? The reason we want to pound the basketball hard when we spin is because we want that ball to stick into our hand and be in our hand while we're spinning, okay? So for example, we don't want to come here and change directions here. Okay, we're not going to cover as much ground, and we're not going to ever it's going to be hard to get the basketball out in front of the defender or away from the defender to actually go by if we don't actually keep the ball in our hand. And now when we spin, we're in a much better position with the ball already past the defender. We've covered more distance than if we were to come here and just change with this hand and come here. So like I said, you want to pound that ball. It's just physics. The harder the ball comes up in your hand, the longer it's going to be able to stick into your hand. If you have a weak dribble, it's going to be hard to pull that ball around. So that's why it's so hard for players to spin move with their left hand. I'm going to show you guys a drill here in a second you can use to practice both hands and practice this concept. Another concept that we teach with this is that we want to jump stop into our spin. Okay, so not technically, both feet have to land at the same time, but you're basically going to stride stop, and that's when you're going to slam the ball, boom, and spin off it. Okay, so we say jump stop, but you're not jump stopping, you're not actually picking the ball up, so both feet do not have to hit at the same time like a normal technical jump stop, right? So we're striding into it, but we say work on that jump stop, boom, and spin it around the defense. Now we got one more point that I want to talk about, and that's after the spin move, right? You feel like you have exposed the basketball. I spun, you feel like you have exposed the basketball to the defense. But what makes this thing a good protection move still is the fact that my last dribble, when I put the ball down, I'm not putting it out. I'm putting it back into my hand, okay? Back into my hand. Now I'm in my blow-by stance, and I'm ready to blow by. So I'm gonna go show you guys real quick, slow motion. Boom, so I'm stride stopping into it. Boom, spinning. And now here, I'm putting the ball back into my hand. Okay, this is an important aspect. Like I said, we want to protect the basketball. Here's what it looks like. Full speed, spin, back into my hand. Now I'm blowing by. Okay, so those are the three elements. I'm going to show you guys a quick little drill. Number one, you want to have that ball stick in your hand and pull that basketball. People always say, you know, what's so good about doing V dribble? We're working on pulling that basketball. Like a drill you can do with a cone here and dribbling over a cone, working on pulling that basketball. Okay, these are all basically skills that you guys need to be able to develop inside of your ball handling to do different kinds of moves. Okay, so let's cut. Let me show you a few drills real quick that you guys can use to practice this. Practice these three concepts, and let's get right into them. Okay, so when working on your spin moves, it's easy to do a whole bunch of reps and get dizzy. So what we're going to do right now is just go from this lane line, from the baseline all the way up to the elbow, and we're going to use this line as a guide kind of to work on spinning back, pounding, keeping the ball in our hand, and putting the bounce back into our pocket dribble. Okay, so all you're going to do, you're going to start facing this way. I'm going to pound it, spin it, cross over, pound it, spin it, cross over. That way I'm switching hands, working on both hands. Pound, spin, pound, spin, pound, spin, pound, spin, pound, spin. Okay, so I think you guys get the idea. I'll show you guys one more time, full speed. So now we're going to take that 100% skill-based drill and apply a little bit more game situation to it by facing forward now and by applying a few rules. Okay, so we're working on pulling that ball. Same thing, we're going to pull it, and then we're going to put it back, and then we're going to pound it, pull it, and put it back. But now we're facing forward, and each dribble, when you turn and change directions, needs to be on the other side of this line. Okay, so here I'm pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. So let me go ahead and cut real quick and I'll show you what it looks like full speed. All right, so for the last variation, we're just gonna do a little bit more of advanced variation. Of course, there's tons of different things you could do out of this drill. Remember, we're going baseline to elbow on the lane line. Same thing, we're gonna pound it, spin, put it back, and now for a more advanced variation, we're gonna go immediately behind the back and bring the ball back over to this side, pound it again on this side of the line, pull it behind the back, pound it, pull it behind the back. So let me go ahead and cut, and I'll show you what it looks like full speed. Hey guys, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you found some value. If you did, please share it with your friends. Click that like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you want to see. And also, most importantly, head over to ballerbootcamp.com. Head over there, there's a link on the screen you can click right now, or first link in the description if you're on a mobile device. Head over there and I got a free workout for you. It's 100% free. You can download it, print it, take it to the gym, follow it to improve your ball handling, improve your shooting, or help someone else.